Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect. It has been a while, hasn't it? Today's beverage is a nice cup of green tea. So, as I said, it's been quite a while since we've done anything with Prison Architect, and that's a deliberate decision that I took a while ago to step away from the game for a while and take a little bit of a break because, quite frankly, I've been playing it on and off, mainly on, since it came out into the paid alpha, which was several years ago now. So even though we've had many additions, improvements, changes, and in fact DLC over the years, there's still only so far you can take the original premise, which is build a prison and not run into complete repetitive territory, and I thought I want to take a break rather than burn out in it, so I did just that. But I've been having a bit of an inkling to play some more of it, and I think we're going to dip our toe back in on this video and do what I've been promising and threatening to do for quite some time, and that's to retrofit a prison. Now, in previous series we have actually done that. When we were in the sort of introversion alpha state, when they used to bring out the monthly alphas and changes, we often used to have to retrofit the prisons to fit the new rules and the new requirements, so whether it be new buildings, new types of prisoners, or whatever, and we'd often retrofit the prisons to do that. But this is going to be the first time that I go back and take a very old prison and bring it right up to spec as much as we can within the limitations of budget and time and the space available on the map. And speaking of the map, we're actually going to load up not the very first save I have, because I think that's lost to the annals of time, but certainly I think it's the second or third one. If I go to our load prison and go right to the bottom, you can see it says the 29th of May 2013 for Mordor 2 More Doors, and this is, like I said, not the first prison they ever made, but certainly one that is close to 7 years old now. I think it was the videos originally started in January of 2013, so yeah, it probably is over 7 years old. Either way, we're going to load the game and let's see what this is like. So first things first, we will pause it and we will pretty much recoil in horror on how bad this thing is, although that could be said many a time about all of the prisons that I create. So looking around, we're going to take a little bit of a tour of this. We have done some videos in the past where I've looked at the saves and stuff, but it's not going to be that. It's just a quick overview. So first things first, I'm noticing we do have a double skin around the prison, so that's good. There's a couple of places that are weird though. There's like the fence missing there for some strange reason. Probably pathing was an issue at the time, but this is all internal actually. They only ever go out in this yard, where they may not be able to go over here. So as you can see, we come in the main entrance here, which has weirdly a door there, doors to the side, doors there. It's all over the place. Then they come through and then up into these main cell blocks. Cells haven't changed. We've still got the toilet and bed arrangement in there. We've also got the shower in here, which I don't know if this is actually designated as a shower, but we'll have to check. We have the common room, which has 2 different types of flooring at the door and then none in the center because of reasons. We have all of the CCTV currently flashing to say that it is not working, and yes, that's because it is in the wrong setting. Originally it used to have a sort of area effect in front of it, and if you stood there then they would operate it, but they don't in this version. In the new version, latest version, should we say. Oh, the workshop as well. The workshop used to just generate an amount of money based on how large the zone was, so yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so first things first then, I want to turn off the prison intake. I'm going to get that right off. I want to check to see what type of prisoners we have. These are all, looks to be medium security prisoners. In terms of capacity, we've got 86 and we've got 70 in the prison. I'm going to go over to deployment and staff only, which we have set up in a lot of these places, but it's still not set up in the majority of places where it should be set up. So we'll place it around here. This is all set as staff only. These should be set as staff only, even though they can't get access to it. I still think it is worthy of setting up anyway. The workshop we will set as staff only for the time being, as we will do the same thing with storage and the kitchen and this little back section here. And they don't need, oh yes, they do need access to this because the infirmary is down there. And that's it. I actually really like this atrium here, this sort of bit where you got the phones and the toilets there. So I think that's actually a nice smart decision there. Anyway, so we'll check that's now fine. Let's go over to assign guards. In terms of patrols, actually, have we got patrols? We don't have patrols because we don't have them unlocked through bureaucracy, because a lot of this just didn't exist. So we're going to go over and hire, where would it be? It'll be in patrols. We'll set that going. Actually, we can't set that going for some reason. Why can we not set that going? We do have the warden, accountant, foreman, and the other ones, but why can't we set it going? We do not have the funds. That's why we are totally out of money. And oh, we've already got some fighting going on. We can see that we have a prisoner here who is attacking a guard, and they are getting... Oh, death. Wow, so they've attacked this one. Snitching ex-law enforcement. I can't remember at the time, did that exist? I don't know whether that existed or not. That sort of thing. I was going to go to valuation and sell some shares, but I can't because someone has just died. Now, that prisoner's been moved up because of the policy. So the policy would be if there's been a murder, you go up to the highest rating, which is now high risk, but there's no designation for these in here. Let's just check our deployment, and yes, none of this is actually set up. You can also see we do have guards that are assigned to this, but they're not assigned to the patrols because, well, we just don't have them. And I'll unassign that person from there, and oh, there you go, that's actually working. I don't know if you can see that. This is now actually working because of these CCTV monitors. I'm actually going to dismantle 2 of these, like so, and then go over to our wiring and connect up these wires. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Is that about right? I think that is about right, and there we go. Now the problem is that, oh no, we do actually have line of sight still. Yeah, we do still have the fog of war on. In terms of the other options, probably nothing on here. Let's go to, I think it's in options, and no, it's not. It'll be in extras then, and map settings. We don't have events on, and we can't enable weather, staff needs, escape plans, or anything like that. We can choose the guard dog, but we can enable events if we want to. We are not going to at this stage. We'll fix the place up first. What I'm also going to do is lock open a lot of these doors because, well, it would be worthy because there's so few guards in here. We've only got 12 guards in total. Wow, this is a time when I really didn't go maximum overload on a lot of these, the staff and stuff. I used to really very heavily overdo that, so still that's what I do these days. I just realised there's double doors here to the back, but there's no real point, and there's a lot of doors here, so we just need more money basically. So I'll speed up to max speed, go over to our intake, and we're going to say probably for the medsec filter capacity, actually total prisoners of, what would it be, 18, so we'll bring in 10. That should do us quite nicely. Obviously, we do have some money coming in anyway. There's about a bit of money for us. Let's go over to our bureaucracy, and to prison policy is the one I want to get, and also patrols eventually when I have the money. But at the moment, I don't. So, this is set as solitary. That's fine. This is the shower, but is it set as shower? Shower is 1. Yeah, it says 1 in there, so that is definitely set as shower. You notice at the back we've got these power switches and pipe valves. If we toggle those, it removes all of this. And oh, we have another death there, and that's again snitching ex-law enforcement. If we go over to, I was going to say intelligence to check that out, but we don't actually have intelligence unlocked, so we will have to check that out. So bureaucracy and then intelligence. I was going to patrols, but intelligence first so we can see the type of prisoners that we have. These are trying to go over there and heal them, which they have now done. I'm just going to check each one of these as well and see if any of them wishes to become a snitch. I'm going to lock open that thing there, and let's check host here. No, we can't recruit those. That's fine. Okay, so we will go back to normal speed. In terms of the needs of the prisoners, we'll have a look at that. We can see that all of the needs, as far as I can tell, have been looked after. We obviously don't have, though, any way to look after literature, spirituality, clothing, and warmth needs. Although warmth, that shouldn't be on. There shouldn't be any needs for that. So we do have a yard. That's fine, but we don't have a laundry. So this is probably going to become the laundry. Let's go over to our, where would it be? In regime. And that's a problem. Okay, so this is where we did not have a proper schedule, so let's sort this out. So shower time there, followed by a bit of eat, followed by work/free time 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and then we'll have lock up in the center, followed by some eat time at the end, and then we'll unpause it and we'll put a bit of sleep time in there as well. Not exactly the schedule we run normally, but it's very, very close to it. So that's now fine. We don't actually have a door on the canteen, which is interesting. I don't know why that is the case, but we do have a metal detector, but I don't have a metal detector on the front, so Yeah, at least there's some metal detectors in there. I find that, to be fair, as long as there's one metal detector in the facility anyway, you're going to find most things. It's just the moment things could be moved around and we'd never know. Anyway, we're going to go over to our... Does that say resting? It does say resting, but staff needs isn't on as far as I'm aware, so why are they resting? No, there are no staff needs on. Anyway, we do have our policy now, and you can see we have solitary and lockdown in there. I'm probably going to keep that as is. That is fine. Oh, we also don't have parole, so we should probably look at that. But instead, what I'm going to do first is go for 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I was going to say 4 guards, but it looks like we can't afford that. So just those guards there. And that should hopefully allow people to be picked up and moved and that sort of thing. We also have a hearse on the outside, but I'm just waiting for that to be sorted. Let's go over to our bureaucracy. We're currently researching intelligence. We also want to go for maintenance is there. We've got groundskeeping and cleaning, but we don't have prison labour yet. But we should have then. Let's go over to our rooms, and it should be a laundry. No, laundry requires prison labour. It does require prison labour. Strange, it's been 2 or 3 months since I've really played the game in any major capacity, and there's loads of little details that I've forgotten, which I actually find is a good thing, because it means, you know, actually discovering new stuff. There we go. So bank balance is going up, which is good, and that's... What's that? Workshops over there. Ah, right, that's where we basically were doing our... Yeah, if you, as I said, if you set up a big area like that, it would... Why does that still set as workshop? Look at that. It still set as workshop. Ah, it's right on the edge. Yeah, it used to have a big row. It used to generate money based on the size of it, but at the moment, it's right on the edge and we can't remove it, so... Well, that's a thing. So that's just going to have to be glitched out. And there's also, if you notice, like trees like being placed in there, and I don't know why. Anyway, so we're going to go over to our bureaucracy and unlock prison labour. So we'll have this room as our... I wouldn't say cleaning cupboard. I don't think we're going to bother with one of those, but we will go for a laundry, which will go there. We also need an area for parole. I say need, we don't need parole, but we certainly would like a parole room, and we're probably also going to remove the morgue and have that as a shop or something like that. So we'll prioritise what we can build there, and there you are. I'm going to open up this door, although I can't get to it, so can I tab large jail door, lock open, and then lock open. In fact, what I'll probably do is dismantle some of these doors here, and... Lock that open, we'll lock that open, and there you go. Yeah, we'll probably dismantle some of these doors, maybe, to just change them up to be standard doors, because there's really no issue there. As you can see, people are going in here and not using the shower. Let me double check. Utilities are in, and wow, I've used a large pipe all the way along there. Yes, I have. Fair enough. And I would like to assign a guard there, but are we going to bother? At this stage, it's probably not too much of a problem. They're all congregating around there and not using it. That's worrying. Okay, shower. Remove all of this. It is set to shower, so that's fine. So I'll redesignate it just in case there's some glitches from 7 years ago. Anyway, so that's all set, and oh, there's nowhere near the right amount of people, cooks rather. That's, well, cooks are people. I think, where are the cooks? Hang on, there's only one there. So where's the rest of them? I'm not seeing them, and they're not getting clean. Where are the cooks? They're going around the outside here, are they? Okay. What I want to do, dismantle that jail door, dismantle that door, and dismantle that door, and dismantle that door, that door. I mean, you get the idea. There's a lot of doors being dismantled here, and actually this might cause a problem, because we might have a lot of these prisoners start to leg it, because there might be an open route that way, so they might just start to run, but we'll see. So that's been removed. I will then go over to our doors and walls. Door goes in there. Door goes in there. Door will go in here, like so. And we're placing all of these doors that were originally the... Oh, there you go. Yeah, so they figured that there's a way out. I thought something like that might happen. There you go. We've managed to subdue the guards. As soon as they can get a path outwards like that, they were gonna leg it. I knew that was gonna happen. I just yeah, didn't know exactly when it would happen. So we'll dismantle that section. I mean, look at the state of that. What's the point in that? I cannot believe we've got all these doors, and I mean, this doesn't do anything. Yeah, just a quirk of the build at the time. Anyway, we'll remove some of these. We will have to escort these guys to a much safer place. We'll not dismantle that because that will have people run out again. You can see they're all stuck behind there. Walls and doors, staff door. Staff door will go there. It will also go there once I've placed it. We've also got a little bit of money as well to spend. Oh no, actually we don't, because I've bought all of these. I'll then dismantle that and dismantle that. I'll leave that one as a jail door because, you know, yes, I will leave that as a jail door. That's fine. Okay, so that's been put on there. Doors need to be put on this section too, so it'll go there, and that should be most of that done. Oh, there's also one down the bottom there which I will also have to dismantle. This is just obviously going to alter the guard economy because they won't have to come along and open all of the doors constantly, even though a lot of these they'll have to anyway. But yeah, I'm not gonna worry about those at this stage. And those are now in. That's fine. We'll also have to go over to our deployment, staff only, and then change these up again. So all these should be staff only. This section staff only. This section staff only in there and around here. And that should be it about correct, I think. Oh, and that section there too. Right, that's now in. I will change this jail door. We'll dismantle that, and I will... do I really want to get rid of that? I will dismantle that. I don't think we need that section there. We will have a staff door in here and a staff door in here. This room will become the laundry room, so that will now be placed in like so. We will have, with the $3 grand that we got, more than enough money in order to complete this. So laundry machines can go on the left there. Oh, we can only place 2 of them, sadly. Oh, well, that's a thing. We also need to place an ironing board. I might as well just use the small ones because, well, why not? And I think we'll do that, followed by the laundry baskets, which you can place as pretty much as many as you want. It doesn't matter. And there you go. That should be it completed. There we go. We'll also just double check. Yep, that is still set to staff only. So we now have all of the doors unlocked, or most of the doors unlocked, so people can get in and out where they need to. The problem with this being a workshop is you can nick stuff from it, so we'll get rid of that, because if we go to intelligence and dangers, it would show there, and there you go. This is what can be stolen from a workshop. Saw, screwdrivers, hammers, drills, shank and wooden pickaxe. We're not bothered about this side because it's just on there, but certainly around there that would be a problem. And you can see the sort of stuff that's around there. If we go over to informants, we can see that we do have extremely strong, quick, stoical, fearless, skilled fighter gang member. So we actually have gangs in this thing, and I didn't think we'd even turn this on. So that might just be a quirk of the load and how old it was. Anyway, that's now all fine. I want to dismantle that jail door. I also want to dismantle that one, and indeed the morgue entirely. So we'll get rid of the morgue. We will dismantle these slabs because we just don't need them. Do we have a storage? Yes, we do have a storage. That is all fine, so that's good. In terms of the water and utilities, apparently water's already here, so we'll place this along and then down to there like so. You can see we've had something in here at one point. I don't know what it was, but it was something at least. Anyway, so that's been removed. There's a storage here which I will also remove because we don't need a second storage. So this will probably become a shop, and this one will become something else that I haven't yet decided. Families waiting visits, so we haven't got visitation either, so we do need to have visitation. So we're going to alter probably this room here. We'll alter the common room. That's most likely to be the better way of doing it. I also need to change these because you can see we have this like area effect now, so we'll remove all of that. That's the next thing that we'll probably retrofit after these. Actually, I'll probably retrofit that now. That would probably be the way forward. We've got garbage there, deliveries there. It's a bit messy, but it will have to do for now. Okay, so for this section here, I'm going to remove all of that, like so. I will also do the same thing for these. Actually, it's probably best I go to objects and then dismantle, and I'll dismantle all of those and these sections here. Obviously, the pool tables are right on the edge. There's nothing I can do about that at this stage, really. That's pretty much just set in stone. I'm going to dismantle that door because I want to change the doors up. In terms of staff, we have, I'll hire one more worker because we can, and we don't need anybody else for the time being. Okay, that is fine. So already, massive improvements. We can see they are actually working. People are in the yard and stuff, so they're running around the yard, getting exercise. In terms of the needs of the prisoners, they are getting fulfilled. For the most part, literature, luxury, spirituality, alcohol, drugs, etc. That will be a bit of a problem. Stuff can be thrown across the... stuff can be thrown in here, so that is a bit of a problem. So we might want a metal detector, but as I said, we've always got a metal... They'll always go through a metal detector from here anyway, so it's not that much of a problem. Why is that not being connected up? Did I place the water pipe there? I did place the water pipe there, so it's just glitching out. Anyway, that's now in. So we got the laundry, that's fine. So we are fulfilling the clothing need. Certainly not fulfilling the cleanliness need because it's filthy around here. So we're going to get another janitor who is Reggie. Yes, there we go. They've now figured out what their job is. I'm going to speed up to max speed while the workers crack on and remove all of this. I will, like I say, remove that door. I've already ordered it to be dismantled, actually. And we'll have, look at that, loads of workers are picking up all this stuff and shifting it, which is excellent. This is going to be because of the door at the back, probably the shop, and this will be the chapel, I think. Those two are probably the most reasonable ones to put in. Anyway, so this is now sorted. Let's go over to, what would it be? Walls and doors. We'll have a visitor door in there. We'll have a standard door in there. And then we'll have a brick wall running right down there. And there's a CCTV camera that I'm going to have to shift, so I'll get rid of that as well. So there's the brick wall in like so. And we'll also put in CCTV back in there. And then probably back in there, because why not? So the common room, we will place in some of the items that we removed. Not the phone booths, I don't think there's any great point in that, but we will place in the TVs, so like that. And then they'll have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2... 3 rows of 3, and there you go, that's that common room now in. So that's a legitimate common room. We will place a door, standard door. That's a door secret, not standard, far from secret, like so. This room, oh, those the wrong way. They are the wrong way. Dismantle, dismantle. There's still a bit of a delay from clicking on things. I don't know why. Weird. Anyway, from the menu on the right, changing. So, where were we? It was CCTV, utilities, CCTV, rotate it, that can go in like so. That one I did tell to dismantle, well, I thought I did, but apparently not. And it goes in there. Connections, that to there, and to there, and I think that's about it. You can have as many cameras as you want on these CCTV monitors, but you can only monitor so many at a time, which is why you can see it's changing there, which is really annoying, but needs must. Okay, actually, to be fair, we can add more in there, which is what we might do, but let's just, for the time being, go over to rooms and visitation. It's going to be a standard visitation, as we can get more stuff in here. We're not going to have a secure visitor table with like the booths and stuff, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... and we can't place them there, which is a shame. If I place one there, can we rotate them round? 1, 2, 3. Can we get, how many can we get in if we place them right up against it? Place them like that, we'll get more in. It's not great looking, but it'll do. That's in our end. Okay, so we'll set that going, and that means we now have visitation, which is good, and you can see actually visitors are now coming along to come in there. This is fine. Right, so we have finished up the kitchen and canteen. That's sort of, well, we didn't do anything with it, but that's now running better because of all of the pathing that we've placed around here. There's a door that is missing, so I will get that put in now. And that's all set up. These should all be staff doors, but there wasn't staff doors at the time when the game came out, so that's why they are not. But that's okay for now. So we want to have staff only, this section staff only, that's all fine. And I need to alter these two. So I will place a couple of extra doors, so walls and doors, brick wall, we'll have a door there, and then a standard door there and in there. We will place a visit door in the back like so. This door I will dismantle and have as a staff door like that, and we'll also place a standard door, standard door in here like that, and then I will brick up that section there. So let's do these two rooms. So that's a problem because the staff door's down here. I'm not too sure whether the priest would come this way, but we'll have to see. We're going to do a shakedown because we haven't done one in, well, since we loaded this game, so we will get some. We also haven't got any dog units, so let's go to bureaucracy. I'm going to research patrols and then dogs. We also want to get probably extra grant because that's something I haven't even looked at. So we'll go to grants. We got prison maintenance grant, that's now done. Visitation rights, that's done. Security procedure certification, we can get that one. Cell block B, which is now done. Cell block C, which we're not going to get. Criminal insane, no. Crackdown on drugs, we'll get that. And yeah, we'll see just what we can do. 66 grand is what we have now, so more than enough to build whatever the hell we want. And there's another grant done by the sound of it, or is that our bureaucracy? I think it might be. So we'll research remote access, education, legal, micromanagement, bank loan, armory, and that's pretty much all we need for now. Let's see. Tool cleanup, we'll get that there. Why not? Staff wellbeing initiative. We need a staff room. We haven't actually got a staff room, so I'll have to build one. I'm thinking maybe put it in here, but I think it's a bit too small to. Sorry, it's a bit too large to go there. So I don't know what I might have to move the wall. But at the end of the day, I don't think we're in any illusions. This is not an exercise in completely bringing this to modern standards and everything will work just fine. It's as if, like, can we bring it up so it's at least functional? That was the goal there. Anyway. So that is now fine. Assign 3 routes to the guards, so we can do that. We can go to our guard and we'll unassign all of these guards like so, and instead we'll go to patrols, blue patrol, and the patrols are actually already set. See that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna get rid of those. Blue patrol there, and that, and instead we'll set up a patrol in here. Like that, and like that. And there's this one all the way around the outside. I will have those, but that's actually going to be for the dog unit, which we'll have to research. But that also requires a kennel. So what I'm going to do is probably have another crack at maybe changing the security rooms and such. Maybe alter this. What's going down over here? Looks like there's a prisoner there fighting. Maybe alter this room here and put the CCTV monitors in here. Also have a kennel over there and stuff like that, and probably a staff room, and then this room at the back. I really don't know what it could be, but anyway, let's go ahead and go to rooms and to a chapel. Chapel will go in here because, well, it seems to be having one. If you don't have one, it can be a big problem. And a shop, which will go up the top there like so. So we did then have to put in the shop front, which will go in like so. Shop shelves, which you need tables and shop shelves. So the shop shelves will go along like that, and not along the other side. And then tables we'll place in like that as well. And there's the shop. The chapel, we will need the altar, which we can place in the back like so. Pews can go in a row like that to about there perhaps. Actually, I'll pull them right to the back, and the prayer mats we'll use as like a carpet type thing all the way along, like that, and then that should be it. That should be fine for that. In terms of programs, we have to set some going. So pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, we're going to set that up. We're going to have alcoholics group, we'll set that up. Spiritual guidance, we'll set that up. And behavioural therapy will not bother just yet. There is some interest in spiritual guidance and indeed the workshop safety and kitchen safety and hygiene. Most of that we will not run, so we don't need to worry about that. The shop is now in, which is working fine. Happy with that. I'm trying to think, how can we need a staff room, and I'm trying to think where we can build it. Realistically, we're going to have it here. So I think we'll have storage. Storage is going to be on the other side, like so. It'll just go along like that. Storage will be removed from here. And then we need a staff room. So although we don't have staff needs, you do still have to have a staff room. And why is it highlighting serving tables in here? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. We need indoors, minimum size 4x4, and then drink sofa and that sort of thing. I'm going to... Normally I'd put that further down, but I'm not going to rehash it. Let's spend a bit of money and buy drinks machines all the way along the outside because we've got so much money. Because why not? And we need a sofa wide, which will go along here. So place a couple of those in, and then we'll place like probably a nice little plant in between, like so. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that and those for now. And we'll place a sofa wide there and there, followed by a plant, which will go there. And then finally, a radio, which I don't think we need, but I'll place it in there. And there we are. That's now in. They'll then move stuff over to the storage on the right-hand side, hopefully. So, that's fine. Visitation, we also need to sort the flooring out. But we'll do that in but a moment, because that's going to be based on the overhaul of CCTV and security. But I haven't yet decided exactly what that's going to entail. Could we have this as the kennel? We could actually have it as the kennel and still have CCTV monitors in there, so that's fine. There's visitation underway and working, which I'm happy about that. We have got this now up and running. Let's go over to armories on the go. We've got small cells, permanent punishments, none of that we actually need. Don't need land expansion, and the rest is pretty much in as we need it. So let's go over to the top here. This is going to be a kennel, so I will designate it as such. So I'll designate that section like... I can hear violence. There. Okay. Ah, that's because I didn't assign anyone to that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 patrols. And on the outside, we'll have a dog handler as well. There we are. Okay, that is now set up. So the kennel back here then, I'm going to dismantle that CCTV monitor for now. And we'll finish the kennel. So it's enclosed, no, so I need to put it to the edge. So I'll sort that out in a second. Actually, I'll do it now. So kennel, remove, then designate again. That will then be surrounded. Then we need the dog crates. So we'll put a dog crate in... Can't remember if it's the right orientation or not, so we'll put them in all up one side and I'll have CCTV on the other. Yeah, that'll probably be the way forward. Let me speed up to max speed there. And that's now in. Utilities, CCTV 1, 2. Phone tap will also go in there. No, there. Power should be, yes, power's fine. I don't know if that's going to blow the grid up though. It might. But looking at it, we also have the ability to put more capacitors along there like so. That's fine then. Right. So 2 CCTV monitors are in, dog crates are in and in the right orientation, which is good. We then need to connect up the utilities. So for CCTV monitor, it's what's that say? Max number of active connections is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and for this one, 1, 2, and we can put more CCTV in as and when we need it. So the staff room's in, this is all moved over. The storage is moved over this side, as you can see. That is fine. Let's do a shakedown. Oh, was that a tunnel there? I don't know if that was a tunnel. Didn't quite notice it. There's loads of stuff we're finding. We are trying to get the tool cleanup. Remove the supply of stolen tools and weapons. Let's reschedule all programs so we got the spiritual guidance of the stuff on the go, which is fine. Pharmacological treatment to drug addiction is not maxed out because we don't have the medical beds, so I'll place the medical beds in like so. And also, apparently, utilities don't run as far enough in here, so if I do that, that should then connect everything up. There's only one grid, so that's all fine. In terms of grants, we've got... Might as well do a... Staff Wellbeing Initiative, have at least 5 guides without assigned duties. Nothing excels like excess. Let's do that. Hire some more guards. If I stop the shakedown, it'll get that done immediately, but I don't really need to do that anyway. So, governmental security ratings I'll pick up, which is immediately done. And... Oh no. We need armed guards, don't we? I'll get rid of that. Short-term investment and a long-term investment. There we go. Right. What do we need? Good grief. There's we on the floor. Anyway, over to flooring, and we have lots of flooring now. Let's go for a nice red carpet in here because we can. And we will place some also lovely red carpet in here too because we can. And in here the chapel will place a brown carpet because you guessed it, we can. In this area we will use probably what do I want to use in here actually now that we see it? Probably a wooden floor in the shop because why not? And then concrete tiles. We'll have to run around. A lot of these obviously don't have... We don't have concrete tiles in a lot of these places. Should have had them for quite some time, but we haven't. That's fine. All that's concrete. These should be concrete tiles. All on the front here. And then a run up. And, oh, some of this we don't actually have access to. So I'll have to be careful. Actually, the best thing to do is to place it all. And then get access to these areas. There we go. This area here I don't think we have access to. So I can place a staff door in there. A lot of these should be staff doors anyway rather than jail doors. So I'll dismantle all of those while we're on. This was just for, obviously, access to... what's he doing there? This is obviously not set up to be staff only then if they're walking around that way, especially unguarded. See the walking around there? What? That's interesting. Also, I should probably put maybe the fence back in there too. And then a fence. There we go. Right, all that's set up. And because that's a lot of jobs, there's another 8 workers because, quite frankly, we've got the money to do it all. So, there you are. As I said, not everything is set up to be, like, accessible by the workers, so that is still a jail door. That's not a problem. In terms of our logistics and prison labour, I'll assign some... Ah, that's actually staff only. That's fine. Let's change it to shared then, and then they can actually work in there. Because then at least there's some jobs that they can do in order to get the money to buy things that they want anywhere. And there's a very red carpet. That actually looks really nice, that carpet, doesn't it? I think the next series... Oh, are we discussing series now? I don't think we should discuss series now, should we? Why not? Yeah, the next series, I think I wanted to make a prison that's a bit more, like, nice looking with, like, using the carpets and stuff. I think that would be quite a nice thing to do. Which we did in the previous series as well. We did something similar, just not exactly like it. And, oh yeah, that. So that's got access to there, that's that one there, and then we've got the same there. Right, okay, so that's a lot of the flooring set up. Yeah, the staff room, we're going to also put in some nice blue carpet. Like that. And then around the outside, we're going to, instead of the concrete tiles, the concrete tiles just look a lot better. So we'll set it up as such. I'm sure there'll be little sections that I'm missing, but there you are. And then here, iron floor, like rusty iron floor. All the drinks machines. At least they're resting now. They're not just, you know, falling asleep right next to the prisoners or whatever. So, overall, the overhaul. Oh, yes, of course. I'm going to say, why is that not enclosed? It is enclosed. It just is enclosed with the wrong thing, which should be that. Right, overall, so far, doing well. Doing okay. I'm going to dismantle 2 of these dog crates because we don't need them. I'm also going to place the flooring in here, which will be the ceramic tile because we can. And I don't think that needs plating. Yeah, that's now working. So I'm going to place an automatic door opener there and put some automatic door openers in and around the facility, I think. But overall, we've got a shop, we've got a chapel, so that fulfills those needs. The infirmary is now sorted. I will reschedule all programs. So we've got pharmacological treatment to drug... I'll have another go at that. Pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, alcoholic group therapy, and spiritual guidance all going there. We've got some of the stuff that they want to do, but we're not going to set up. Foundation education program we cannot do because of the, well, for a start, lack of teaching facilities, and we have nowhere to do parole. Is there any way we can do parole? Yes, we could probably put parole in around here, but realistically, it's unlikely to function. The reason for that is, well, we'll have to one little section at the back, and then the rest of it's like sort of space that we can't use, because even if we had a wall across there, there's an escape. Let me check out what on earth. Where they're walking? Are they walking around here? They are walking around there, yes. They shouldn't have access to that. Set up, yes. All of these, staff only, yes. So they've just went to there, haven't they? Yeah. All that staff only. That staff only. Right, that's better. That's better. Interesting. Anyway. Another wall section has to go in here as well. There we are. Hopefully that's sorted now. Oh, and there's also this bit as well, so we'll dismantle that. Put in a staff door. And put in these bits here. Okay. So, is there anything that we absolutely need? Well, parole is not needed. It's also minimum size 5x5, so even a door there and this along you, it would be too small. So let's have a quick look at our rooms then. Cells, yes. Holding cell, no, we haven't got one, but we don't need one. Solitary we have there. Dormitory we're not having. The kitchen and canteen are in. The shower's in, as is the yard. Technically some storage on the right. Deliveries and garbage, again, technically in there. We have workshop 1, but it's on the right-hand side, so it doesn't count. It's all glitched out. Security office we actually have at the bottom there, so we can, if we wanted to, have some confidential informants. We have an infirmary. We don't have a morgue though. We have a couple of common rooms, although one common room is just for this section here. We have a laundry and a visitation now. We don't have a cleaning cupboard, nor do we need one. We have got a kennel. We don't have an armory because we're not having one. Staff rooms in there. We're not having a library. Same thing for forestry. We've got classroom. We haven't got a classroom, and I don't think we're going to get one. Exports, we don't need one. Although we will put a tiny bit of exports there just in case we sell some of these trees. Chapel is in. Parole we don't have. Reception we don't have either, although we could probably build a reception in here, so let's do that in a moment. Mailroom we're not having. Shops in. So yeah, most of it then we're actually doing alright there. Let me dismantle that section there, followed by the walls there and then there. This will then obviously have to be a reception, which we'll place in here. So when we get the people coming in, we'll be able to that's a jail door. I want a large jail door there and a large jail door there. Yeah, the reception will be able to basically see if they've got anything on them. So an office desk will go right in front, followed by an office chair that goes back, and then a table which will not fit in anywhere. Oh, what a shame. Instead we'll put one there and one there. We'll dismantle that door, we'll dismantle this door, and then we'll shift it to the left. Staff door there, jail door there, followed by brick wall and brick wall. And a bit of flooring in too, I think. Fancy tiles like that. And there we go. Right, so that's now in. This doesn't have a purpose, but I'm probably not going to change it to be anything. Although cleaning cupboard we could have, couldn't we? Cleaning cupboard. Minimum size 3x3. Yeah, let's put a cleaning cupboard in there. We will dismantle that door and we'll put in a standard door. I must confess there's a lot more we can do to this than I originally anticipated. Logistics, prison labour, 4 jobs. Right. So there's all that. So what are we going to build this as? Well, it would be rude to not have it as a workshop. Parole I would really like, but I don't think there's anywhere we can fit it in. There is one way we can fit it in, and that's put a room right at the back and have Parole there. Or, if we wanted to, open that up, have it come along and then in that way. That's another way we could go about doing it. And similar for the library and such, we could do that. It doesn't really fit the overall idea of it, but you know what? It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Let's do it. Let's do it. Foundations, building brick along to there. That'll then get built. This will be dismantled. You see the building all along there, and it's just going to put a foundation in. But then we'll have to demolish that wall. Oh, it's already been demolished. That's fine. And then we'll place a wall in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wall across there. Wall across there. We'll have a standard door there, standard door in there and there. Metal detector in there. Parole is at the back. Workshop front. And let's place in the tables. That goes down to there, that's fine. Have a wheelie bin in the back. And in terms of the presses, four presses, 4 saws. Oh, metal detector's a little bit problematic where it is, but there you go. That's always going to just be detecting metal, surely. Anyway, that's now in. I don't like that. I'm going to dismantle those and move them down 1. There you go. Objects. Metal detector. Why haven't they removed that yet? Apparently I didn't tell them to dismantle. Metal detector. And one escape again. Are they just getting let out? I don't understand. It's because that's not staff only again. I think it's because we were altering these doors. That's all it is. Okay. Shouldn't be a problem now, he says, without any degree of confidence. Right. That metal detector is finally getting removed. 3rd time's a charm to fix this one. That goes in there. Brick wall goes there. Up here to visitor table. In there. Red carpet. And grate. Fancy tiles. And utilities, which will run down like so. CCTV camera on the back, followed by one in there. Same for there and there. should be about it. Connections for the second one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I missed that. 8 for that top one, 5 for the bottom. Escapes in the past 24 hours, 1. Gonna do a full shakedown. And prison labour. There we go. Looks like one of our grants is done. There's another one done. We're going to go for security ratings, governmental... yeah, security ratings and prison acclimatization. We will run workshop safety induction, reschedule all programs, and there we are. Oh, also, parole hearing start. As many as we can. That's now fine. Assign prisoners to work in the laundry and the kitchen. So that's it done. And oh, hang on, I've just accidentally removed that. There we go. That's now working. Laundry distribution is working, and there we are. So, in terms of needs, then. Literature and luxuries, we have the need there. That's something we just can't really fix. We'd need a shop. And for a shop... Sorry, no, we got a shop. We need a library. The only place we can realistically put a library would be, like, in here. We'd have to remove part of the canteen and put it in there, and that's not going to happen. But that is a retrofit of... it's not the very first prison, but certainly one of the first prisons that we ever made. Mordor 2 Mordors, where we met Featherstone for the first time 7 years ago. We have managed to put in no particular order, staff room, laundry, visitation, shop, chapel, parole, and we've also fixed the workshop. Oh, we got Kennel as well. We didn't manage to get automatic door openers, but quite frankly, I don't think we really needed to do it at this stage. Obviously, we've overhauled a lot of the door. We've changed a lot of the doors, and put a lot of different flooring in, fixed a lot of the security problems, and we now have some reform, and we've almost got over 100,000 generic units of currency. So overall, I think we can mark this as a huge success. That has been a little bit of Prison Architect. As I said, it's been a while, but I've been enjoying the break from it, but also have interested to dip my toe back in and see how we get on. If you would like to see more of this sort of thing, where we go back and redo any of the old facilities, then by all means let me know, and if that is the case, then if you have any suggestions for what particular one you would like to see overhauled, then let us know. And yeah, we will go from there. Hope you have enjoyed this video and a little bit of a mess around. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.